Hello everyone and welcome to my little corner of the internet. My name's Michael and I'm bitten by a radioactive bug. Today is Monday and that means review time on my channel, but before we're going to start with the review about Arena Mode by Blake Northcott, I have an exciting announcement. I surpassed the 500 subscriber milestone lately, and yeah, that is just amazing. So thank you very much to everyone who subscribed to me in the last couple of days, to everyone who's staying with me since the beginning, and especially to 3 people who had very kind and humbling words to say about my channel in the last couple of days or weeks. And these were Lindsay from Lindsay Ray, Brock from Let's Read, and Sam from Thoughts on Tomes. Thank you guys for the amazing shout outs you did for me, and yeah, that catapulted the channel over the 500 subscriber milestone. So thank you very much. And when I pass a milestone, I'm always doing shout outs for other people that I personally enjoy a lot and that may not have that many subscribers at the moment, and yeah, that I like to change that. And for this milestone, I've chosen 2 booktubers from the UK. One is Victoria Harris. Victoria is a very funny booktuber. I really enjoy her kind of humor. She reads really diversely, so she reads literary fiction, she reads classics, she reads fantasy, and she has a very unique personality, a very humorous style that is fresh and enjoyable, and I really adore her videos. So please go check her out, leave her a comment, subscribe to her channel. Yeah, highly recommended. And the second booktuber I'd like to point you toward is Harriet Rosie. Harriet does booktubing for about 2 months. She's into classics and into dystopian fiction. Not necessarily only YA dystopian fiction, but also classical dystopian fiction. She also reads graphic novels, and she's a very interesting person. I really enjoy to talk to her in the comments as well. So go to her channel, please check her out, and I hope you enjoyed her videos as well. Now, what do you think about superheroes doing the Hunger Games? Interesting, you say? Then Arena Mode by Blake Northcott, our review book today, will be right up your alley. We follow Matthew Moxon. Matthew is a comic book enthusiast and has like this huge memory of every comic ever written. He lives in a near future world where poverty is on the rise, the gap between rich and poor is divided even bigger than it is in our time, and superhuman beings are actually, yeah, real. And they just came out like a few years ago, or maybe a few months ago, I'm not really sure, but one of the biggest sports events at the time was like the Full Combat or Full Contact Sword Fighting League, and the former champion and president of the league, who's now like in a wheelchair, organizes a tournament where 13 of these superhumans are fighting each other for a prize money. That does not literally have to mean fighting to the death, but death can occur in the tournament. So Matthew is not a superhuman being, but he's fascinated by them. And Matthew has a problem. He lives in a near future world where poverty is on the rise, the gap between rich and poor is divided even bigger than it is in our time, and superhuman beings are actually, yeah, real. And they just came out like a few years ago, or maybe a few months ago, I'm not really sure, but one of the biggest sports events at the time was like the Full Combat or Full Contact Sword Fighting League, and the former champion and president of the league, who's now like in a wheelchair, organizes a tournament where 13 of these superhumans are fighting each other for a prize money. That does not literally have to mean fighting to the death, but death can occur in the tournament. So Matthew is not a superhuman being, but he's fascinated by them. And Matthew has a problem. He is diagnosed with having a huge tumor in his brain, and that means that he does not have to live very long. So he needs an operation, but that operation to remove the tumor would cost him about $4 million, and he doesn't have that money. But if he would make it in the top 4 of this superhuman contest, he would get like $5 million and would be able to pay for his operation. So he and his friends try to trick his way into the tournament, and of course they succeed. And now Matthew has to be in this tournament and try to survive as long as possible to get into the top 4 and get the money for his operation. As you can see by the setup with the superhumans and typical maybe dystopian elements, not really dystopians, but the society is on the decline, Blake Northcott is actually going for a straightforward, action-packed, fun, adventure kind of story. This is not the kind of story that is going to win any sophisticated writing kind of prizes, but it's a very entertaining, in-your-face, kick, punch, fun, entertaining story. And I really enjoyed myself reading the book. I awarded it 4 stars. In the end, the main character, Matthew, was very, very funny and to a degree relatable. He was also not the typical teenage hero, because he's already 29, although he has some kind of juvenile behavior. But it was kind of fun to read about an older character, and Blake Northcott is a female author and she chose to write about a male protagonist, so that was very interesting to see as well. I think she captured that male essence of Matthew very, very well. And yeah, overall the story is highly enjoyable. I liked the superpowers that the superhumans have. You can see some of them are a bit a nod to the hat to some existing superheroes, especially the son of Russia, who reminds me a lot of Superman, because he can fly and shoot like lasers out of his eyes and is nearly indestructible. But there are also some very unique ideas for superpowered beings, and that was interesting as well. So it's a very imaginative, it's a very quick and fun read, and yeah, if you are not afraid to check out a new indie author, I think Blake Northcott is a good way to do that. And if you want to have a good time, that is what you're definitely going to get with Arena Mode. Arena Mode is only the first book in a trilogy, and the last book, called Final Empire, good marketing strategy, eh? Is just about to come out, or just came out, so the trilogy should be available. And as Blake Northcott is an indie author who self-publishes and finances her books over Kickstarter, they would, or you could get them pretty cheap, I think. So that's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button. If you want to see more of me, subscribe to my channel. If you want to know what's coming up on my channel, please look inside the description box. There's a little segment there called On the Horizon. I wish you a good day and hope you get bitten by a really good book too. Bye.